Her laughter cut deep in the blade I was holding. It wasn't the sound itself, it was the weight behind it. The kind of laughter that stings, especially when shared with a room full of friends. "He never surprises me," she joked, flashing that bright grin, her eyes sparkling under the golden glow of the lamps. "I know everything about him." The room erupted in laughter. It was supposed to be a harmless little game. How well do you know your partner? But her words hit somewhere raw. I smiled along, though my hand tightened around the whiskey glass, pulse thudding in my ears. The air was warm, buzzing with laughter and soft background music. Half-eaten pizza slices and empty bottles of wine cluttered the table where candle flames danced lazily. Everyone was tipsy enough to share secrets they'd normally keep buried. "Okay," said James, grinning as he read the next question card. "What's one thing your partner does that always surprises you?" That's when she laughed again. Too fast, too effortless. "He never surprises me," she repeated, taking a sip of her wine. Her eyes flicked for a split second toward the sliding glass door that opened into the garden. Just a glance, but it stuck in my chest like a splinter. Later, when the laughter was gone and the house quieted, all that remained was the hum of the refrigerator, the ticking of the clock, and her faint perfume hanging in the air. She was at the sink, washing dishes, humming our song. Ironically, I stood behind her, watching the water slide over her fingers, the kitchen light glinting off her wedding ring. "You really think I never surprise you?" I asked. She smiled without turning. "Oh, come on, it was a joke. Don't take it personally." But she didn't look at me when she said it. That was the first crack. In the days that followed, little things began to change. Or maybe I finally noticed. Her phone always face down. The sudden girls' nights, every Thursday. The new ringtone I didn't recognize. One evening, I caught her smiling at a text. When she noticed me, her thumb moved too quickly across the screen. "Who's that?" I asked, keeping my tone light. "Just Anna," she said too smoothly. I nodded, but I'd seen the preview. Same time tomorrow. I wanted to be wrong. God, I needed to be wrong. So I made a plan. Something that would, if nothing else, surprise her. "Don't make plans this Friday," I told her 2 days later. "I've got something special in mind." Her eyes flickered, her smile practiced. "Friday I might have yoga." "Cancel it." A pause. Then she nodded. "All right. Surprise me." When Friday came, she dressed up. Too much. Red lipstick. Curled hair. The perfume heavy with jasmine. "You look incredible," I said. She smiled faintly. "Maybe you are full of surprises." As she grabbed her purse, I noticed her slip her phone inside. Screen turned down again. My chest tightened, but I stayed calm. "I'll meet you at the restaurant," I said. "Need to stop by the office first." She kissed my cheek. "Don't be late." But I never went to the office. I followed her instead. From 2 cars behind, I watched her silver sedan weave through downtown, headlights reflecting off her mirrors. I could almost see her face, calm, confident, humming. She didn't drive to the restaurant. She drove to the Willow, a boutique hotel by the lake. My stomach went cold. I parked across the street and waited. Minutes dragged like hours. Then I saw him, a tall man in a sharp suit, the kind of confidence I used to carry. He kissed her before they even went inside. Not a friendly kiss. Not hesitant. Familiar. I don't remember the drive home. Just a trembling of my hands, the metallic taste in my mouth, and the storm building in my chest. When she finally came home hours later, hair tousled, perfume now mixed with man's cologne, I was waiting at the dining table. "Hey," she said softly. "You're still up." "I was waiting," I said. She froze, then smiled faintly. "I'm sorry about tonight. Work called." I laughed, a low, hollow sound even I didn't recognize. "Work," I whispered. "At a hotel by the lake?" Her face drained of color. "I followed you," I said simply. Silence thick in the air. She sank into the chair across from me, eyes shining with tears. "I didn't mean for you to find out like this." That sentence hit harder than any confession. Not "I'm sorry." Not "it's not what you think." Just you weren't supposed to find out. "How long?" I asked quietly. 6 months, she whispered. It started when you were distant. After your father died, I felt alone. And he listened. I swallowed hard. You couldn't come to me, she said, her voice cracking. I tried, but you were gone. I needed to feel alive again. Tears streamed down her cheeks. And for one terrible moment, I understood, not forgave, but understood. We sat there for a long time, just breathing. The clock ticked. The fridge hummed. Finally, she whispered, You can hate me. I deserve it. I looked at her. No, I said, I'm not going to hate you. Her shoulders dropped in faint relief until I added, I'm going to surprise you. Her brows furrowed. What do you mean? I stood, walked to the counter, and slid an envelope toward her. She hesitated before opening it. Inside were divorce papers, already signed on my part. Her hand trembled. When did you? The night you laughed, I said. I started drafting them then. I just needed to be sure. Her face crumpled in disbelief, then grief. You planned this? Yes, I said softly. You said I never surprise you, so I made sure you'd never see this one coming. She broke down, crying, raw, broken sob that filled the empty kitchen. For the first time, I didn't reach for her. I just watched the woman I'd once loved realize the cost of her own laughter. When I turned to leave, her voice barely rose above a whisper. Wait, where will you go? I paused at the door. Anywhere that doesn't smell like jasmine and lies. And as the door shut behind me, I felt the strangest thing. Heartbreak and peace, walking hand in hand.